Hey guys, welcome back. So, this is a Wednesday's workout for me. On Wednesdays, I do legs and glutes. So, before I do my workouts, I always start with a glute isolation to, get my glutes pumped, let them know I'm coming for attack mode. So, on each leg, I do 25 to 30 reps of these glute isolations with a band. As you guys can see, it can be tough, but you will push yourself because that is the only way that we see progress, right? Is if we push ourselves. So as you can see, it gets a little intense for me, but I still remain to keep going. And it doesn't matter. You can stop, take a rest, but don't take too long of a rest because you'll want to make sure that you're focused and that you get back in there and execute, okay? You don't want to leave that muscle hanging too long. You want to make sure you get back in there and you're working it out. So, glute isolations are perfect for glute day and leg day because it just basically warms those muscles up and prepares you for the workout. So we're going to jump right into the hip abduction machine because I like to start off with these because these are the only two machines I use to work my hips out unless I'm doing them without equipment. So I always start off with these on a Wednesday. And then I go to the next one, which is the abductor. So it's the inner hips. And I continue to work on those. I do those 3 times each for about 10 to 12 reps. So if you go heavier on the machine, just make sure the reps are less. Then we're going to flow right on into everyone's favorite glute workout, Bulgarian split squat. And I do about 10 to 12 reps on each leg. And that is a 32 pound, I believe. So I go in between 32 pounds and 40. Whenever I use my 40 pounds, I'm always doing lighter reps just because it's heavier. So, yes, this is my favorite. As you can see, you want to make sure that you are properly placing your foot on the bench and properly going up and down motion. I'll breathe. Make sure you guys breathe because some of y'all do not be breathing shit, even me. So 3 sets of Bulgarian squats, 10 to 12 reps. Right after each set of Bulgarian squats, I do a pulse Bulgarian squat with no weights. And so I do that for about 20 seconds or as long as I can until I crash out. So I think I'll probably do about 12 to 15 reps on each side. But remember, in between each Bulgarian squat, you're going to do the pulse squat right after, which really, really gives your legs and your glutes a pump like you have never felt before. I mean, it is tough, baby. Next up, we have the RDLs, which as you can see, I use a 40 pounds and I don't go lighter than 40 pounds. And I'll probably go up, as much as I can. Now, I want you guys to look at my posture because when you're doing your RDLs, you want to make sure that your head is tucked in, your chin is tucked in. Okay, now I've used this video as an example because I don't always have the best posture and I'm a human being. Sometimes we forget, you know what I mean? We're so caught up in the moment. So be aware of your posture. Next up, we have the step ups, which is my favorite. I'm using a 30-pound kettlebell and I step up without letting my heels touch the ground. I do about 3 rounds of these and I do 12 to 15 reps. So when you're doing these, make sure you're bent a little bit and make sure your heel does not touch the ground. So 10 to 15 reps on each leg and 3 sets of step-ups. Next up, we are jumping into our single leg hip thrusts. Now, normally I do this with a 40 pound or a 45 pound weight, but I see that I'm using 25 pounds, and I remember this day exactly. The weights were kind of being taken up. So, well, the 45 pounds or the 40 pounds weren't there. So I do 3 rounds of these, and I do on each leg, I'll do about, since I'm using a heavy weight, or since I use weight, then I'll do about 10 to 12. So about 10 to 12 reps on each leg and 3 rounds. Next up, we have the heavy hip thrust, and I'm using 80 pounds in the video. But normally when I'm on the Smith machine, I use 45 pounds on each side. So like 90 pounds on each side. So you get the picture. Heavier. The heavier, the bigger the glutes. So I do 4 sets of these, and I do 80 pounds. And then I just go up on 1. So then I fall into my light hip thrust. So I'll use like a 45 pounds bar, or I'll go on the Smith machine and I'll just do 45 pounds on each side, which is the light hip thrust. Now, I don't do these anymore because I'm trying to grow my glutes more, and I've learned that you need to isolate the booty and you need to put heavier weights on there. So I do not do these anymore, but these are for beginners. I definitely recommend these because it helps you get used to building the weight. You know what I'm saying? So you want to start off small and then you want to go into it big. Last but not least, I do the glute per height extension, and I do 25-pound weight here, but normally I'll use a 45, and I do 4 rounds of these and 16 reps on each round. Now, I want to make sure you guys tuck your chin in when you're doing these as well. As you can see, my posture is not very well, and you're going to need to tuck your chin in doing these, okay? Because I need you to focus on growing the glute and focus on the way your posture is for your back, because you don't want to hurt your back. So use a challenging weight and take these slow. Hey guys, I just finished my last workout, my last exercise. Now I'm headed to the sauna because I do the sauna at the end of leg days. Make sure you get a little stretch in and end your day happy. I'm thinking to do the steam room because the sauna looks hella crowded and I don't want to be in there with all of them. I can't take my phone or my tripod in there because it gets too wet, so you'll see me when I come out. I just walked out of the steam room. Woo. I was actually in there for 20 minutes. I went in there for 20 minutes. It's 9:51. I went in there at 9:30. I'm very surprised that I was in there for 20 minutes. The steam room. That's the end of our Wednesday workout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Try it. Let me know. Leave some comments below. Have a great day.